Vibrillionaire Soul Green, Soul Blessings, beautiful Vibrillionaire Soul family. Loving, living the Vibrillionaire lifestyle all day, every day, 24/7. Welcome. I am Michael, and along with my wife Alice, we are your host, visionaries, and founders of Samadhi Sea Wisdom Meditation School, serving both locally, humbly from our hearts out of Yuma, Arizona, all over the world. And here at Samadhi, we love to remind humanity, and not just Samadhi, but in life in general, that it's never only about positivity, it's never only about negativity. It's about something much more real, raw, organic, substantial, foundational. It's about the genuineness. The genuine you that you were born, designed, and destined to be. Yes, you. You watching this video. You were born, designed, and destined to awaken that genuineness, to live from that organic, raw, natural you. And here at Samadhi, our life mission, goal, purpose, passion, drive, calling, breath, and life is to remind ourselves of that, to remind you of that by our reflection, by our example. So today is 11/11/2020, and it is 11:11 a.m. Actually, when I started, it was 11:11 a.m. But all across the world right now, people are going into silence. And this is an invitation to go into silence with us, because we are being a part of her story, his story, our story, the world's story. Where we go from here is determined from what we do in these moments. Instead of irresponsibly attempting to change effects with effects with effects, it's time we take responsibility, the ability to respond and transform the cause within ourselves and the cause of our individual and collective reality. We are more powerful. We are more equipped. We are more able than we can ever even imagine. And today, many are uniting all across the world to make this happen. So, why silence? Why is silence so important? And in my humble perspective, in my humble experience, silence is where we get to the cause of all reality. And when we can be silent within ourselves, we will truly get to know ourselves better. And in turn, we can get to know others better. And the world needs silence. Because just as we've been told, thought creates reality, and so it does. But thought creates more duality. We want union in the world. Silence is a way to create union. Of course, we come to experience. So thought is necessary. Thought is a great tool when it serves the heart. The thought is not the leading edge of creation. The leading edge is the heart. The leading edge is the silence. That is what's creating all of reality. Within the breath that you take, there's a pause. Within the words that I speak, there's a pause. Within what I do, there's a pause. Within how we experience the world, there's a pause when we go to sleep. Silence is so crucial, so fundamentally important, so foundational to transform the blueprints of our world. And I invite you to open up, to embrace, and live more in silence. This doesn't mean you got to stop doing what you're doing. This doesn't mean you got to ignore the world, because that is not silence. That is escape. When you go within silence, it's to know yourself better. From knowing yourself better, you can listen and feel yourself. And when you listen and you feel yourself, you become more sensitive to the intelligence, to the wisdom, to the intuition, to the clarity, to the insight, to the discernment, to the awareness that is you. When you neglect this gift, you will listen to others. And that includes listening to other aspects of yourself. Because you are not who you think you are. You are not what you think you are. You are much more beautiful. You are much more profound. You are much more magical. And when you sit and you rest in silence, that is true faith. Because you trust and you know that when you go within, your world transforms. So just like a seed that has everything within it, whether it's a seed of a tree or the seed of a human being, the intelligence, the wisdom does not waver, does not falter, does not give up. This is why you are alive. This is why you're listening to this message. You are equipped with the intelligence, the wisdom, the divinity of all of life. And when you try to think yourself into that, you separate more of yourself from yourself. But when you sit with yourself, you align with yourself. We all want unity. We all want compassion. We all want love. But most of us, myself included over 20 years ago, was not willing to give it to myself. It's time we give it to ourselves. Because this is the only way, and I'm saying this is the only way we're going to experience true unity on earth. Because just when you have a relationship with someone, if you're doing all the talking, not only are you not gaining anything, not only are you not learning anything or remembering anything, but you're not being fair in serving the other person. And I say this with humbleness, because that's a practice I'm still practicing. But the more you practice it, the more skillful you become. So, thank you for joining us in this short but brief meditation where we're going to go into silence for just a moment, because it doesn't matter if it's 1 second, 10 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, a day, or 2 weeks, as great people can do it. Because that 1 second is the eternal moment of silence, of now. And in this space, there is no such thing as time. There is no such thing as space. You're beyond space and time. And that's where we all unite as one. And the world needs us. Think about how much we've tried to help the world, and we cause more separation. We've forgotten that the unity that we share is in the space in between the thoughts, the space in between the words, the space in between the breath, the space in between the experiences. That is the space that we all share. Because we may have different beliefs, perspectives, thoughts, opinions, experiences. That doesn't mean that we're separate. That doesn't mean that we're different. Because we're all the same. We're all one. And when we can share that space together, we will accept each other just as we are. We will not try to change each other. We will not try to force one another, to convince one another, to judge one another. Because whether it's for good intentions or not, when we judge each other, it does not serve. When we love each other, when we embrace each other, when we unite with each other, that is true service. And only when we go within, and only when we sit in that space that unites us all, when I say space, it's just a word. But when we unite in that moment, we will bring more unity, more wholeness, more oneness in the world. In another term, it's called homeostasis. It is the center of all. I'm not a doctor, but I will say it's the center of all cure. It's the center of all healing. It's the center of all transformation. Homeostasis. Look it up. Don't believe me. So without further ado, if you can, as you set this time aside, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining yourself. Because really, it's about joining the one within us that we all share. So let's take a moment to take a breath and just let go. Allow yourself to let go. Whatever thoughts, whatever conditions, whatever expectations, whatever judgments, good, bad, or indifferent, just let it go. I'll take another deep breath. Feel the life, feel the love, the unconditional love as you breathe. Exhale. And let me remind you, if you're not able to tangibly feel it, it doesn't mean you're not feeling it. Just trust and step into faith that when you step into you, you are transforming. You are reawakening. You are becoming much more alive, much more sensitive, much more responsible within yourself. And to know yourself is the greatest blessing. Because only by knowing yourself can you love yourself. Can you live your life. Not a copy of a copy of a copy, but an original, organic, genuine being of creation to manifest your life on purpose. So just allow yourself to let go a little more and just relax the shoulders. Just embrace this moment. And whatever comes up, remember the training. If this is your first time, the training is this. Whatever thoughts come up, you don't have to use the words that I share. But for example, you can say, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing this thought. Thank you for sharing this emotion, this reaction. Thank you for sharing this perspective. Whatever comes up, come back to your breath. Be aware of the breath. And as you're aware of the breath, ease yourself. 2 to 3 breaths, ease yourself into being still, to being silent, and to sit with yourself. Do this as many times as necessary. So before we go within, I want you to be aware of the body. I invite you to be aware of the body. Love this beautiful, amazing body that you've been gifted. Your feet, your legs, your groin, the chair or the bed where you're sitting or laying, the back that keeps everything in balance, the organs that all work symbiotically, collectively, collaborating for you to live. The lungs. Feel the lungs as you breathe. The heart. Take a moment to listen and feel the heartbeat if possible. And if you need to, put your hand on your heart. It's very important that we feel the communication of the heart as we communicate in this one language of the heart. This unconditional love. Breathe it in. Now, feel your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your fingers. Be aware of the body. Come back to the neck, the bridge between the head and the body. How you communicate yourself is so important. It determines the flow of this bridge. The nerves, the veins, the bones, the skin, the cells. Now go to our head, our face, the mouth, taste. What are you tasting? What does your tongue feel like? Move it around your mouth. Feel that sensory. Your nose. Breathe in. What are you smelling? What does it feel like? The ears. What are you hearing? What does your hearing feel like? The eyes. What are you seeing behind your eyelids? And what is it you're seeing feel like? The touch. Feel the touch wherever your hands are, your feet, your back, your gluteus maximus where you're sitting, your butt. Feel your arms, whatever's touching, the clothing, feel the pressure of the clothing. Feel the weight of the clothing, the texture of the clothing. Whether it's smooth, rough, it's tight, it's loose. This is investigating our body, loving our body with awareness. Because the body is always aware of us, but very little are we aware of it. Only when we have pain, or only when we have pleasure. But in this moment, we're just choosing to become aware of it. What a beautiful place. So be aware of the head, the brain, the neurons. And in this moment, no matter what you've lived or experienced, no matter how challenging life appears to be, I want us to really love and appreciate the brain. Say, thank you so much, brain, for still being in this with me. And take responsibility that we've abused the brain. We haven't thought responsibly. We haven't reacted responsibly toward the emotions, to the perspectives, to the beliefs. And let the brain know that now you're ready to take responsibility. And now the brain is going to listen to you. It's going to obey you as it is the servant of the heart. It is your servant. As we take back our lives, we become a force, an influence for others to transform and influence their life. And this is the global shift that we are here now experiencing. The world is waiting for us to live responsibly and to use the authority that we've been given to take the time to be still and silent. And from that place, come out into the world and be more present, be more conscious, be more alive, and awaken the senses from the desensitization of our inner world and the world around us. This is the cause that we are here to influence the effects in our reality. And the world is waiting for this. And as we trust that the world is born and designed and is gifted with the intelligence and the wisdom to take care of itself, as long as we do our part, it will do its part. And this 11/11/2020 is in synchronistic alignment of homeostasis, of the 0-point field, of the neutrality, of the genuineness, of the oneness that is happening now. So, I invite you to go within and have no expectations, because trying to save the world, trying to make something happen in the world, is believing there's something wrong with the world. And as long as we believe there's something wrong with the world, we're going to we're going to put in so much effort that the efficiency of the cause is not going to unfold. But when we can trust and just be still and silent and awaken the guidance, the wisdom, and the intelligence, then when we come out of meditation, we will awaken up the tools, the gifts, the profoundness, the potential, the possibilities of what we were born, designed, and destined, and are here now to do. When more of us lead instead of follow, we will transform this world. We're not copies of copies of copies. We're original, genuine leaders, masters, gurus of our world. And when we become those gurus, it is only when we become sensitive to the source, to the life, to the God, to the universe, to the creator within us, within all things. So I invite you to be still, to be silent. And whenever thoughts come up, remember, come back to the breath and be still. And when we step within that faith, the world will show up and do what it's born, designed, and destined, and it's been patiently waiting and lovingly waiting to be. So begin now. Remember to let go of all expectations, both mental, physical, and external. There's nothing you must do. There's no place you must get to. There's no work to be done. There's no effort to be exercised. This is an effortless effort that causes a flower to blossom, that causes a seed to grow. Let go of your thought of effort and surrender and let go and be. Feel the love, the unconditional love, the unconditional awareness. As throughout the world and beyond, many souls are coming together to effect real transformation, to influence real shifts, real metamorphosis from the caterpillar to the butterfly. Freedom, unity, life. Feel this. And if you're not able to, just trust. Because you are. In this moment in silence, feel all of us vibrationally holding hands, vibrationally beating one heartbeat, one voice, one presence of life, unconditional love, unconditioned consciousness, awareness, breath. Take a moment to feel that. This one language that we all share. Vibration, awareness, breath. Now let go and go even deeper. Go to the cause of what inspires us to serve, uplift, and help one another, to want the best for one another, to love one another, to unite with one another. Go to the cause of this, because it is the cause why every single cell of our bodies are united right now. They work so efficiently to cause me to speak, to cause you to hear, to listen, to feel, to cause every part of life inside that is a reflection of the life, of its reflection of the cause within us all. Because the world desires to unite. The world desires to serve and be served. The world desires to love. The world desires to live. The world desires to unite. So feel as deep as you can without any direction. Just surrender to that. When I say feel, it's only in surrendering do you feel. I'm not talking about emotions, I'm talking about awareness. Please do not confuse the two. Sit in the space between the words that I speak. Sit in the space between the breath that we breathe. Sit in the space between the thoughts that we think. Sit in the space between all of life. That is the glue, that is the substance, that is the unification of all life. Awareness, consciousness, spirit, God, universe, source, breath, love, life. Whatever word suits the programming that makes you comfortable, go deep within that. Because it's all one. And I'm being invited to invite all of us to put aside our differences, religions, beliefs, perspectives, choices, opinions, expectations. Put aside all of that. Let that go, because it'll be there if you choose to. Let all of that go. Emerge by surrendering to the space, to the dimensionality, to the vibration that is the cause of all of that. The all. The nameless, formless, spaceless, timeless presence. Beautiful. Thank you those for joining us. If you'd like to stay on, you can stay on. Thank you for participating in this global shift, this global transformation, this inner transformation. Because when we say global transformation, it is truly because we are the stewards of consciousness. We are the gardeners of this world. We are the participators in this beautiful relationship of life. Participants, the volunteers, the joyful servants. So thank you for participating. If you choose to stay, I have no sense of time. but I desire to stay at least another 10 minutes in silence. And then I will go and do my own silence after. But if you feel the need to go and, to love, live, and practice this, because that is the key. It's not just escaping to feel better or to connect with myself. That is beautiful. But the key is to practice and give back to humanity what we've enjoyed and we enjoy in this moment. So if you choose to conclude your participation physically, but forever vibrationally, you are with us. We are one. Then you can stop the video and go enjoy. And just before you go enjoy, just sit with yourself and just integrate into this experience. But if you choose to stay, I will be here another more or less 10 minutes. But just know that the work, the play that you participated in today and every day that you choose is more powerful than the millions of votes that we cast for a certain person. This is the Vibrillionaire votes we are casting for global transformation, for not just one country, not just one group, but for all humanity. Thank you. Namaste. Alake Shalaken. Shalom. Konnichiwa. Aloha. Namaste. Om. And whatever language you speak, I share my oneness with you. We are one. The divinity, the love, the life within me honors the love, the life, and the divinity within you. And I see you, and you see me, and we see the one within us. I honor that. I bow to that. I serve that. Feel the joy of this moment. Feel the love of this moment. As we share the space or the dimensionality or the vibration, whatever you want to call that. That awareness between the thoughts, between the words, between the actions, between all of life. As we share that beautiful space, that dimension, that vibration, as we come back, feel the love, feel the life, feel the unity, feel the divinity. As we go more and more in silence, we get the authority, we get the, I don't want to say so much permission, but we get the place that rightly is ours to master the brain, to command the brain from the leadership of our center, of our heart, of our soul, of spirit. So as we come back from silence, we are meant to live and love and thrive and be. So it's not just going into silence and, just being silent. We are humans, but we are spiritual, vibrational, multidimensional beings for the closest way to state something that cannot be stated in a physical body. So the physical serves the multidimensionality. The physical serves the vibrational. The physical serves the divinity. So now when we come back, it's how do we live? What do we practice? How do we show up? How do we use the blessing of I am in our speech, in our thoughts, in our actions? And also, more importantly, not more importantly, but just as importantly, how do we speak about another? How do we see another? Because if we see them any less than, we rob ourselves from our own unfoldment. As a great master mirror teacher said, or leader said, judge not, lest you be judged. So no matter if the world seems like it's falling apart, love it anyway. See the brilliance in it. See the divinity in it. See the intelligence and the wisdom awakening within it. This is how we transform our world. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again and again and again, expecting different results. But the key to transformation is to be the transformation you wish to see. Not just demand it. Not just talk about it. But to be it. And a quote from Einstein that I love to share is, the greatest decision that one can make is to choose to believe that if one lives in a hostile, chaotic, confusing, separate, destructive world, or that one chooses to believe and live in a world that is full of service, full of love, full of compassion, full of greatness, full of divinity, full of peace, full of unity, full of joy, full of wisdom, full of intelligence, full of consciousness. And this world serves us. So that choice is yours and yours alone. What world do you believe that you live in? And is it dependent on what you see, on what you hear? Because if it is, you're living in insanity. But if you choose to align with the world that is evident within you, that lives and serves and loves you, and you will awaken into a world that loves and lives and serves you, and loves and lives and unites and serves us all. So just feel that right now. Feel that love, feel that life, feel that service, feel that unity, feel that compassion, feel that joy. And inject this into the brain and convince the brain of the life, of the love, of the reality that you live in. So as you choose to do so, you can slowly open your eyes, take in this moment, embrace this moment, get addicted to this awareness, this feeling, this love, this life, this unconditional love, not just love, but this unconditional love. Take the time to invest in the in-between moments, the glue, the stillness, the silence, the awareness that is you, that is all of us, that is life itself, that is the one language, the one heartbeat, the one presence that breathes and beats and lives through us all. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of the way that we transform our world within and our world without. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you in the next video. And if you love to know more and to be served, from Samadhi, from Alice and Michael, that you desire to be able to enjoy more of the silence, more of the stillness, more of the consciousness, more of the life that is your birthright, we're here to serve. Thank you. The divinity, the life, the love in me honors the divinity, the love, and the life within you, and it bows, honors, it lives to serve the divinity in us all. Namaste. Please share this video.